pelvic floor tightness is not a strength issue, and treating it that way will actually make symptoms a lot worse. You have muscles inside your pelvis that react with the environment and stability or lack of outside the pelvis to stabilize the pelvis. So these muscles can get tight as your last resort and as a compensation pattern to the lack of stability on the outside. So when your spine attached to your pelvis or your lower extremities attached to your pelvis at the hip joint, when those are, you have chronic issues, chronic coordination of movement, chronic improper mechanics of movement in place, your pelvis becomes unstable. The muscles inside become tight. Tightness does not mean strong. Tightness means they're exhausted, they are weak. You don't go strengthen those muscles. You need to take away the reason why they're overworked and tight and weak. I'm talking about mechanics of movement. When proper mechanics of movement are not in place, muscles have to overwork. So a muscle that is in charge of X is going to have to do its job, and it's going to have to do a couple of other things as well. If this was short term, it's doable, but when your compensation patterns become your go-to patterns, now that is an issue. So when it comes to pelvic floor dysfunction, which is pelvic instability issue, I look at proper mechanics of movement. How does this individual move? How does this individual breathe? What part of the body actually performs just the simplest tasks that we do on a daily basis? When I look into it from that lens, I see a collection of dysfunctions that are happening and a collection of tight muscles that I go to and I touch, and sure enough, it's sore and tight. So for that person to start strengthening an already exhausted muscle, you're wasting your time. You're addressing something that is not the right first step. I use developmental exercises, which are the same steps you took as a newborn to become a running toddler. In fact, what you and I have done, we're the same. Every walking human being on the planet Earth goes through those same steps to go from a newborn, helpless infant to a running toddler. That's how we stabilize our body parts. This is how we learn coordination of movement and timing and balancing. That is the manual of movement and stability. So I use developmental exercises to get the dysfunction, get rid of the dysfunction and bring the function back. And most importantly, to have the patient not be a patient, but to be an apprentice. You're an apprentice, meaning you're here to learn so you can get the tool and move on to fix. And that's how it should be. You should not be interested in pelvic stability because you have pelvic floor dysfunction now, but because you don't want to keep having it. So that means you need to carry that knowledge. Hope this made sense. I strongly suggest you subscribe to my channel to learn more about what else you can do to make your body be more functional and stable. And if you need help with your pelvic floor dysfunction, use one of the methods of contact in the description box to contact me. Until next time, take care.